Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to our weekly webinar. I hope you're having an awesome week. And again, if not, the weekend is right around the corner. So let me just take this few moments to again introduce myself. My name is Chance, U.S. Navy veteran. I am an author and also a minister. And every single week on Thursdays, I come on here with my friends who follow us at Strategic Secrets and some of our courses, books, or however you find us. We are here every week instilling wisdom, knowledge, and ideas and strategies on how we can make our lives much better. So if that resonates with you, trust me, you are always in the right place. I'm glad you're here. As usual, we have a wonderful topic to share with you this week, and I hope that again, wherever you are right now, whether in the US or overseas or wherever you may be, take a pen, paper, notes, whatever you have, and we're going to get right into it. So we are almost at the end of another month, right? For those of you who may watch the replay, today is October the 29th, Thursday, October 29th. And of course, that means now we are going into the last 2 months of 2020. Now, if you are like me, you probably are ready or have been ready to say goodbye to 2020. Like 2020, what can go wrong has went wrong in 2020. All that can go wrong. Murphy visited us left, right, and center in 2020. And some people have been ready to move on a long, long time ago. Some actually are already in 2021 just waiting for this one to breeze off and to take notice. But again, we still have to go through the next 2 months. So it's almost there. But here's the thing. November is an awesome month because we are going into Thanksgiving. And of course, we know that once November hits, we kind of start moving into that holiday Christmas feeling. So December is all about that. And then voila, it will be done. So technically, in many ways, we can say that it's over. I know my November is already planned out, and likewise December. So technically, I too mentally I'm already into the new year. So this coming weekend, we're going to take a pause. I'll share with you on the end of this presentation tonight what's happening. But this weekend is just kind of like a pause and a reboost for another wind, like the last wind to take the last leg of this race of 2020. So that's why this is important, and that's why we have titled today's presentation as such. If you want a game plan to exit 2020, not in fear, not as a loser, not as woe me, although again, those might be practically true. We want you to end the year as a champion, as we do every single year. Yes, we have setbacks. Yes, we have lost loved ones. Yes, I just actually not too long as before I got on here, got off the phone with someone who recently lost their loved one. And I just posted on Facebook like a couple of seconds before I got on also, an obituary and the funeral information for one of our beloved church members. And so we know that it has been challenging. We really know that. But this is where resiliency comes in very, very handy at this point. We must be resilient, and we want to lock hands, as it were, together and finish the year strong. Or at least, hey, we got to do something. So if you're ready to, COVID had given kind of, a little bit of upcut, black eye, blue eye to some of us. But if you want to kind of poke COVID in its eye, or if you kind of want to jab back for a little bit, then let's talk about it today, okay? So that way, again, we are going to be victorious. We are going to be victors and not victims. And so that's the problem, or the challenge, rather, I would say, of life, right? You can't get out of it simply without scars. Life is going to throw you some curves, and we just want to be able to build up. So one last thing, I'll share with you how my week went, and then we'll get in there. Just give a few more folks some time to possibly get in this room here. And again, remember, check your email. The replay is always there. My good friend Lorna is on. How are you doing, Lorna? Mark, welcome. God bless you. Lorna is, you guys, I can't wait for you all to meet Lorna. Lorna is a power pack woman. She was grateful to allow me to share with her audience couple of, well, I think last week, folks from Holland and different places as well, I was able to share with them. So Lorna, you are more than welcome here tonight, my sister. And Mark, blessings be upon you. I'm glad that you are in our space this evening. Okay, so again, we talk about many different topics here. So if you're joining us for the very first time, we talk about all things that pertains to either professionals, entrepreneurs, or ministry leader. If you are a success-minded individual, man, woman, boy, girl, it doesn't matter. As long as you have that persuasion, this is the place for you. Those of us who know me, of course, like I said, we are multifaceted. Okay, we talk about the spiritual, we talk about the physical, we talk about finances, we talk about career, all of these things. That's where we take what we do on the weekend and make it practical during the week. So for those of you who are maybe aware of me only from the ministerial side, then always check me out on the weekend, I would say. But this right here is not about that. This right here is taking those things, those lessons, those principles, those strategies, and putting them into play so that we can up level our lives, because we believe that it is always good for us to live to the maximum of our potential. So that's actually something we're doing in the next 2 weeks, November 7th and 14th. I am doing a workshop for young people, youth and young adults, I would say. And I just met with my team of moderators. And so we will be impacting young people's lives. It is called Destined for Greatness. So again, we want to distill some of the knowledge that we've been covering here for our adult professionals, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, and wrap them into languages for the younger generation, because again, we believe that they too need to realize their potential at an early age and begin to walk in their purpose and destiny. And that's what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be on the weekends. We're only going to do it on Saturday. So it's going to be Saturday at 11 a.m., Saturday evening at 7 to 8:30. So 2 sessions on Saturday, November the 7th, and 2 sessions on Saturday, November the 14th. So we will do like a keynote presentation, then we'll do breakout sessions online. It's all going to be online, and those who are local here, of course, can join me, because I'll be broadcasting actually, in person. But nonetheless, it's all pretty much online. So you probably might have seen it on my page. You've seen it on Facebook. You've probably seen it from our church page, wherever you find it. Help us to get the word out. We want to empower young people with the tools and strategies, and realize that even from a spiritual perspective, that they indeed are destined for greatness in every area of their life. And we are going to put those tools and resources in their hands. We're going to be giving out t-shirts. We have a wonderful t-shirt designed that is really power packed. I love it. I love it. I love it. So all of our attendees will be able to receive one of those t-shirts. So again, make sure that if you have a young person who want to be there, or you're a young professional who can be doing better in their life, but maybe just need a little mind shift or whatever it may be, send them there. Okay. And then this past week on Monday and Tuesday, we were out of town, and I attended a minister's workshop. It was on mental and professional health. And so it was an interesting topic. Now, we thought it was going to be, I traveled with another ministerial colleague of mine to the area, but we were expecting more. But nonetheless, suffice to say, of course, I always walk with my notebook and so forth, right? And but here's one of the key things, which we all know here. Here's what I learned as the one takeaway, which is something that we've been saying here. The gentleman who was leading the workshop, of course, he has his PhD. He's a licensed professional counselor, a very well educated man, and also spiritual. So he has both going for him. But at the end of the day, his message pretty much was simple. You are not, you are not really and truly what others think about you. You are what you think about yourself. And that weighs so much. The thoughts that you and I have dictates our behavior. What we believe and say about us becomes the reality. And so he showed a lot of this is one of the good things, because again, sometimes those in my field of spirituality, religion, and so forth, kind of, we don't blend the two, right? But the physical, spiritual are interwoven. At the same time, he showed us research, scientific research, even showing how people's thoughts indeed make them sick. literally killed them. Even his own dad, the gentleman said, like, listen, he said his dad, he used to always try to get his dad to stop saying that he's gonna die at 80 years old. His dad kept saying he's gonna die at 80 years old, and guess what, his dad did not live past 80 years old. I mean, some amazing things this gentleman was saying. I mean, he just showed us other things where people who had, the worst of diseases. Now, of course, I'm not putting this out there that things happen for everybody differently. I understand that, but again, we cannot deny the power of beliefs and the power of thought. You control a lot of what happens to you and for you based on your belief system. And that happens right here. That's why we have to take care of our minds and feed it what is good, feed it what is powerful, and begin, even if you don't believe it right off the bat, the more you say to yourself, the more it becomes your reality. Why did I start with that? Because 2020 will be and will leave a mark on us based on how we believe and interpret it. Whatever you think it is, it's going to be your reality. So don't get me wrong. We're not saying, this year, like I said, by all standard, this year has kicked many people. Okay. It has done devastation. No doubt about it. However, we have to learn to move by faith, not by sight, nor by feeling, nor by emotion, and we have to go forward. If we give it power over us, what's going to happen is crippling us. As we see, I always, me, I teach balance. I believe in we must be balanced from the perspective of, yes, this is true, but this is also equally true. And so some have taken one aspect and to the detriment of the other. But if we are all retreating and we are not also being offensive, then guess what? We can lose the game. So offense is good. I mean, defense is good, but you must also be offensive. For example, during this, I think the posture of many, it seems at least the majority, was more on a defensive, in the sense of we're trying to, protect ourselves, but we never boosted our immune system, which to me is being offensive, right? That's where everyone can do all of these different things to try to be safe. But if you don't take care of your body and your mind, what can happen is you are not playing offensively, because fact of the matter is we will come in contact with people that we don't, even when you do the best defense, it's no guarantee that you are not going to run into people who have certain problems or who might even have this disease. So, and again, case in point, this is what we've seen. How do you interpret the fact that, for example, those in the medical and health field, nurses and doctors who have contracted the virus, that's their job. They're there. They did not, I'm sure many of them are defensive. I mean, if anyone is defensive, it's them, because they have all the PPE gears on, but yet many of them still contracted because of the fact that it's beyond their control. It is beyond their control entirely, because the patient might have this, and different people, they come in contact with all sorts of people every day. So in life, if you're going to finish the year strong, what I'm trying to say here is you must have an offensive strategy. Okay, you must have an offensive strategy, because that means being intentional. We need intentionality. When we are reactive, we are being defensive. When we are responsive, then response also carries the connotation of responsibility. So that's where I am now being more offensive. So of defense, like I said, we must do that, but don't neglect the necessity of equally being offensive. Okay, so how can we do that? So there are several things that we can do, right? One is gain clarity on what it is that you want for the rest of the year, meaning that sometimes we have to accept our losses and cut with them, right? So we have all had losses. I've had loss. We've all had setbacks. Some people have invested in the stock market, and bam, the stock market took a beating, right? Hey, that's something you just got to accept. It's like, listen, there's no point moaning about it, and it's not going to bring it back necessarily, and we hope for an uptick. There are others who have lost their jobs. There are others who have, lost income. So in that case, what we can say is, how can I rebound and be offensive? One offensive strategy can be If by chance your industry is closing down or has caved in, well, an offensive strategy will be to train for the new and in demand industry. Shift career field from where you are to a new career field. Because again, many industries took a severe beating. But in every economy, there will always be industries that are doing terribly, and there's always industries that are doing well. You take, for example, Walmart. I mean, not Walmart, but Amazon, right? So a lot of small business and local businesses are failing, but Amazon is under. Why? Because in the pandemic, what happens? Everybody has to order and everybody's staying at home, but we still need stuff. So everybody is rushing to where? To Amazon to buy stuff, and that also indirectly contributed to many of local businesses not doing well. So that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to promote Amazon. I'm just showing you facts. Okay. But that's where now a local business that was only brick and mortar or primarily brick and mortar should now say, listen, by all means, I have to play offensive strategy by now taking my business online if I haven't been doing it before. Or I need to actually get involved in e-commerce. If you're into more retail and you have a lot of products, you want to get into e-commerce. Why? Because that's where everybody's getting their stuff. So at a minimum, you need a hybrid. And we've talked about that before. If you are on this broadcast, you know what our belief around this is. I believe that every brick and mortar at a bare minimum must have a hybrid model, meaning that you can still have your physical, but you cannot do without the mobile component or the digital component. Just as we see, look at the beating that even places of worship, churches, took a beating during this time, because again, many churches were not equipped with technology, were not online, they were not even able to stream, because again, we've been covering this stuff since 2016 pretty much, right? So that's what we see now. Everybody's scrambling, and not only that, but I see that even today is still a problem where reality is folks are still trying to take the outdated model of doing church in many ways and try to morph it online. It doesn't work. Online is online, and the dynamics are similar but not always the same. Okay, so in other words, you want to have your regular scheduled program and what you used to do at the physical building, and now you want to do that online. No, folks, their attention span is, so you can't come and do the full old program that you were doing and think that folks are going to just stay connected online like that. No, they're coming there. What's the meat? What's the most important thing? So that's why some church services now, they just come for the divine service or 11 o'clock, and that's all we do, and we get out of there. But that's really the reality, because again, what makes your program better than others? So the market has become more competitive. So that's another thing. Sharpening the saw, where we look now at education, and learning has tremendously accelerated, which is a good thing. That means now you are not beholden to any time and space to be curtailed by saying, I must take 2 days, I must take 2 years, 2 months even to learn a thing. Now, because of technology and the proliferation of information, you can learn absolutely anything now. There are courses, there are all kind of networks and coaching program, consulting program, the whole nine. Basically anything that anyone wants to know right now, the knowledge is at the tip of our fingers. We can just type it on our phone and it shows up, bam, okay? Or you can spend a few dollars and you get access to this information. So what you want to do is, what knowledge do you need to now acquire in the next 2 months to set you up for success in 2021? If you are not more digital, this is the time to learn it. If you are, we've all, that's another thing. Another colleague of mine was saying, man, listen, brother, during this coronavirus, because everybody's sitting, man, I notice myself when I go on these webinars and stuff like that. He said, brother, I'm seeing that I put on a whole lot of weight, even myself. I need to move even some more, because, we have been sitting for a long time, for many months now. We have all been kind of slowing down. Now, things, of course, are picking up. Don't get me wrong. Things are picking up. But still, many people, including yours truly, we are still primarily dealing with, computers and so forth. So it's a lot of sitting. Right now, praise God, I am standing. I just had a 2 hour meeting with some young people earlier. Then right after that, I had another Zoom meeting. And here I am now having this meeting right there. So I've been trying to stand up most of the time because, again, we know that most of the time you are actually sitting. So think of those kind of things. What resources and tools, what knowledge, information, system processes do you need to put in place now so you can scale big time going into 2021? Or if there's a goal that you can achieve before the year is done. Like, you know what I mean? As long as we have time. Solomon says a living dog is better than a dead lion, isn't it? So what you want to think is what goal that is still important to you that in the next 2 months you possibly can achieve. Now, again, you guys know we publish a lot of books, for example, right? But I really did not want 2020 to go without producing a book, right? And so I've shared with you now we have officially published a new book, Pandemic Survival System. So that's a book that is now out and available. But that was published in 2020, even amidst this. And how fitting is the title, right? Pandemic Survival System. So you guys can have that as a course or as a book. So we have the book is actually called Pandemic Survival Secrets, and the course is called Pandemic Survival System. You can go to our website, strategicsecrets.com, and look at our courses, and you will be able to find that. But that was created in the midst of all of this, okay? And so you can still be productive. And that's a goal. That was a major goal that, because like I said, we set this as a goal even before the year is out. Now, one of the things I still wanted to do, which there's still time. So we have not yet put it into 2020, 21 rather, but we are still looking at the possibility of creating another prayer journal. So that might still come out this year, but that's what we're saying is that will be a great win because we've always wanted to have a companion to go along with the Prayers That Move Heaven book and course. So we had already set it as a goal to produce this year the prayer journal that goes along with that. So that is a possibility still, and so we haven't moved it yet. So though it has been pushed back tremendously, but we have not yet said we're going to put that in 2021 because we believe that we can still possibly get it done. So hopefully you might see it probably for Christmas or so. But yeah, so what goal can you achieve that will make a difference to set you up into the new year, right? What can you get done right now that 2 months is a lot of time, really and truly, if you think about it. It is a lot of time. Now, it goes by fast. It does because we have a lot of holidays coming up. But at the same time, what difference can you make? Yeah, I think those are some of the main key things that you want to consider if you want to exit the year on a positive note, if you want to finish strong, okay? Revisit some of your goals, make a big impact. If you want to lose weight in the health department, say, hey, okay, I have, what was it? I have 61, 62, 63 days or so. What can I do with the rest of the time and so forth and whatnot? Actually, we have less than that because we have 31 and we have 28. So but we hit, today's the 20, yeah, so we have about 61, 62 days still because today's the 29th, and right? So there's 31 days in October. So you still have time. You can do some damage, okay? I have a friend of mine, and in December is going to be their 20th wedding anniversary, and he right now is really and truly, my brother's been working hard getting in the best shape of his life. So that's his goal, and he's going to achieve it because he's been faithful, he's been consistent, he's been posting on Facebook his journey. And so for him, that's one of the way he's exiting 2020 with a bang, right? He's exiting 2020 with a powerful game plan because not only is he improving his physical health, he's lost a lot of weight, but he is now more active, more energetic, and he's getting back his physique as when he was, as a younger man. He was very athletic before. Now, that can be a major goal, relationships, how can you improve that? Can you go on a retreat or so forth? That's something we're doing around Thanksgiving. We're gonna spend some time with two other couples. We are gonna be renting like a cabin here, and we're just gonna take the weekend to be able to reconnect and to enjoy that time. because again, 2022, we have not taken any vacation at all in 2020. We had plans big time for the summer, which was going to be June to July, right? For example, most of you who are in my faith group here, we were having a big convention in Indiana or Indianapolis. And then from there, we were going to Kentucky. We were going to see the Creation Museum. We were going to visit the big Noah's Ark. I never went there before. I wanted to take my family. So all of that got pushed back. So we have good, actually, right now, we have a lot of vacation days, but at least this month we are going to take some time. I mean, next month, November, we're going to take some time to just pull back for a weekend and have like a weekend vacation, I guess. But I'm looking forward to 2021 because sure enough, we're going to take a whole long vacation coming up next year, okay? Because we have to maximize all those days. No 2 week vacation business coming here. We need at least 3 weeks already. So, what are some of the things that you want to do here? I'm going to bring up a PowerPoint presentation to show you one of the things that I believe in. I honestly believe wholeheartedly in the power of prayer. You guys know that we teach heavily on that. We have a book on it. I have a course on it. We have many students from over, I think, 17 or 18 countries now that are enrolled in our courses, both from our website and also from Udemy. On Udemy, we have about 100 and something on Udemy alone. And so that is a game changer. When I came, I just recently moved to the San Antonio, Northeast San Antonio area, and I'm shepherding two congregations here. And the very first thing we did, we taught them 8 weeks of prayer. 8 weeks of prayer. Why? Because we see and believe in His power. That praying is something that will help you actually in believing and changing your thought process. Because for one to receive what they're asking for, they must believe, which is a faculty of the mind, right? So that is strengthening actually your mind, if you really think about it, because you are and not only that, but you are seeing it, envision it in your mind as well. So all of these things are helping the mental faculties. And so if you want, you can take this time to set aside a day of praying and fasting before this month is out, so that you can plan and prepare to make a bang for the last 2 months. Okay, does that make sense? So what I'm doing is this Friday and Saturday, because these are 31 days in October, so the month is finishing this weekend. So what we're going to be doing, and then Sunday will be November the 1st. So what we are going to do is we are actually preparing to go into this season of praying and fasting as a way of gaining clarity, claiming bold promises to finish the year strong, but also gaining clarity for 2021. One of the things I'm personally doing with this is I have shared with my boards. We have 2 boards, and we shared with them what we believe is our vision. We've met with the leadership, and we've shared with them a vision that we feel that this can be something where the church can go into this direction. And so this prayer and fast, and I told them we're going to have what we call like a vision time where we actually present it to the entire body. We haven't done that yet, but I told them I was sharing it with them as leadership first, with the board first, so they can get the big picture, and then it's going to marinate, and then this coming weekend, that will be a major thing to focus on, to pray about it, to cement it, to ask for divine blessing and wisdom and guidance. Then now I feel that whatever is missing from the plan will be given, so that now November we can begin now to articulate this dream, this vision, this goal of where we are going. As I'm the new leader here, where are we going for the next few years? What is the plan? What is the key vision? And so that's why I personally am taking time away to simply focus, disciplined, intentional focus in praying and fasting. You can do it however you want to do it, but I'm just showing you. And if you don't do all of that, at least get away this weekend, Friday and Saturday at least, so that way Sunday is the beginning of a new month. It's the first of the month. Like that's always a good time to begin a new project. So I want you to gain clarity. I want you to get a notebook. I want you to get a journal. And for those of you, if you don't have a journal, we have some journals on our website, strategicsecrets.com. You can go to the book section, and we do have two main journals there. We have one called the Vision Journal, and this other one called Make It Plain Journal. Right? Make it plain. We got that from the prophet, right? So Habakkuk says that we must write the vision and make it plain. So I want to make sure that you go ahead and do that. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do. At least gain some clarity on where it is that you're trying to go. Okay? And if you do that, friends, trust me, I believe that all is going to go well for you, because we believe that great things are possible when God's people step out in faith to achieve and to do great things and great exploits. Okay? Now, let me see here. Give me one quick second. I'm going to pull up this PowerPoint for a second. And here we go. Okay, I should have moved right now to the bottom of the screen. Okay. Can you see my PowerPoint? Let me check it on my phone here. Make sure that you can see the PowerPoint. Okay, one quick second. I should have a fill-in video for you guys, right? A video filler right here, but that's all right.
Hello. I didn't know who.
Sorry about that. Okay, 07. Okay, so a call to prayer and fasting. I'm going to give you a couple of tips here on this. So praying and fasting, I mean, some people fast for spiritual reason only. Others fast. There's fasting also for physical. And so why not put them all together, right? Don't limit it to this or that. Make it both this and that. So with all that's going on in our world, like, I mean, we've had to deal with fires from the left, right, and center. Not only the massive Australian fires, a while ago, but also in the United States, we are battling with these tragedies and whatnot. Then we have, swarming locusts that appeared all over the world. Different things are happening. COVID, of course, COVID-19 have ravaged us financially, mentally, emotionally. I mean, in every which way, spiritually, it has done a work in the lives of so many people. But we don't want to just be panicking, right? We want to use this opportunity to finish the year strong, develop a game plan that says, listen, COVID-proof plan, maybe we should have called it that. So one of the ways where I feel that sanctifying a day of prayer and fasting, if you have never done it before, even if you're so-called, whether or not you're on here, I respect everybody's religious underpinnings. If you're on here and you don't believe in prayer, I say try it anyhow. Because let me tell you this, prayer is so powerful. If you read my book, there is research that shows, we're talking about from Harvard and from Duke University, that even shows that anybody who focuses on prayer gets some type of results. They actually say that people who pray recover from illnesses faster and better than those who do not. They are also experimenting with places like even China, where they don't even believe in God really, in the sense of course, the majority. That's not a main thing there. Christianity is not a main thing over there. But again, even atheists. But what they're saying is that even the knowledge of someone praying for you makes a difference. So even if they're not praying for themselves, the fact is, so sometimes they let them know that, hey, so many people are praying for you, and when they what believe it, what begins to happen? The body begins to make a shift. Again, this is powerful. That's what I'm saying. The mind is so powerful. So again, that's why they have the placebo effect. But we don't want to just focus on that. We want you to know that it has proven for centuries to make a difference. Kings, poets, sages, prophets, and everyone have used this. And so why shouldn't we in this day and age, especially in 2020? So if you have never prayed and fasted before all year, trust me, this would be a good time. So here's what we're doing. October the 30th, Friday evening at 7 p.m. to Saturday evening, October 31st at 7 p.m. That's 24 hours of praying and fasting. Okay? So we want you to set aside, for those of you again, because we speak to at least three demographics here: people of faith, entrepreneurs, professional ministry leaders, right? Those are the three people: professionals, entrepreneurs, ministry leaders. So no matter who you are, you need God in your life, in your business, okay? Because we know that it works. So just trust us on that one. It works, okay? Whatever I do here, trust me, it all is a work of prayer. I believe it, I practice it, and I know that it gives me great and awesome results. Now, you don't have to do everything we do, but I'm just saying, at least try it. At least take time away and say, listen, for 6 hours, 7 hours, 1 hour even is better than no hour. I want you to say, I'm going to intentionally focus in prayer. I'm going to intentionally focus on doing away with the social media, whatever distractions may be, so that I can hear clearly. See, fasting does something too to allow you to actually hear the voice of God more clearly, because we are so busy. There's so many things coming at us, and we always, even this, as good as it is, social media and all these different things, technology is good, but it itself can be a distraction. So maybe that can be your form of fasting. You can say, listen, for the next 24 hours, I'm not going to allow social media and media in general to distract me. I am going to maybe go out in nature, spend time in nature, so that you can gain clarity, because you have to think not only survive in 2020, but you got to set yourself up for success in 2021, because like it or not, it's coming. It's coming. And so if you are in the defeated mindset, guess how you're going to start 2021? In defeat as well. Remember, we only have 2 more months, but they do fly by quickly. That's a lot of time, but they do fly by quickly. And plus, take out the holidays. Take out the holidays, especially here in the United States. We have several holidays that are coming up. Okay, so if you take those out, let's just see. You have Veterans Day coming up. You have Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday, you have Cyber Monday. That's 4 days pretty much, right? And then now you go into Christmas, where they have pretty much start the 12 days of Christmas. So after the second week of in December, it's all downhill there, right? Folks are in the Christmas spirit. Folks are buying and doing all sorts of things, right? But even if you take out, there's of course Jewish festivities and holidays there, but you have Christmas Eve, you have Christmas Day, Boxing Day for some folks in Canada, and then you have New Year's Eve as well. That's another at least minimum 4 days, but generally December is about 12 days at least. Okay, so we are saying, but even if you took those four out, how many days then do you have left? Well, that's roughly almost 10 days that you have to take away from the whole lot that is left in 2 months, at least. So we're looking at, let's just say, 2 weeks then. So you take 2 weeks out, and what do you have left? You don't have a lot of time. That's what you don't have. So you want to make sure you gain clarity. Again, I recommend getting a book, a journal, a notebook, whatever it is, your mobile device even, but don't let it distract you though. That's why you see me, you guys know I'm big into tech, but I still find the power in writing. Another thing you can do is get a coach, get somebody to help you out if you need the help. Yesterday, I was with actually a professional who is a professional counselor as well, and we were working through some strategic things that I was looking at and planning. I shared with him, this is my plan. This is what I believe. This is where I'm at right now because I too feel that I am on the path for a major breakthrough. Okay, so I said I just wanted him to hear me out. I put together a PowerPoint of myself, a self-analysis. I said these are the challenges and these are what I believe to be the solution. What do you think? And he was able to help me to think about it or look at it from a different perspective so I can gain what clarity. So now that I have a better understanding of that particular thing, now that too is what I'm going to be included in my personal preparation and my personal praying and fasting as well. So I got a lot to talk about. I got a lot to focus on. So why don't you do it as well? So I'm encouraging you. Friday night, I'm going to open up. I'm going to be live on Zoom and Facebook and possibly YouTube. And I'm going to be starting this prayer chain off. I'm going to send an email tomorrow to my students who are in Prayers That Move Heaven. We have a group online as well, a prayer group online. I think there, it's not a lot of folks in there, but it's about 200 people. And so we are going to send a message out to them as well to participate. Not everybody might, but of course, a few is always better than nothing. Okay. So even if yourself, though, you owe this to yourself. You don't have to, do it with other people. But I'm saying I am incorporating other people as I'm telling you as well, because I believe in synergy and I believe in the fact that if something is working for you, why not share it? So that's all I can do is invite all, but don't force any. So, yeah, I'm going to be live Saturday also. So Friday night is going to be at 7 o'clock to start things off. And of course, I give some, inputs on how you can, make the most of it. Then Saturday afternoon, when we're going to close it out as well. So I'll come back live again on Zoom, Facebook, and also YouTube. And I'm going to be from 5 to 7 p.m., 2 hours straight. We're going to be praying. I'm going to be sharing some wisdom and some ideas and different things like that. Maybe talk about some breakthroughs and different things like that. So if you want to join us in praying and fasting, this weekend, October 30th to 31, 7 p.m. to 7 p.m., 24 hours of intentional praying and seeking God and also gaining clarity and wisdom, divine input. I think a lot of people rob themselves in this area, right? A lot of people rob themselves because here's the thing. Like I said, the reason I believe in prayer because I know it works for one, but I also have faith that God indeed honors people who honors him. Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3 says something like this. The pastor don't mean to go preaching on you now, but I got to bring this here. It says that God can show us great and mighty things which we do not know. I don't believe that people can solve all their problems by money, by academic learning. There are things that you cannot possibly know without spiritual connection. So that's why these seasons of praying and fasting to me are moments to receive what I call divine download, where God will give you a strategy and an idea. Like I said, a lot of stuff that I do and have done, there's nobody that I can give credit to that I know that God give me this wisdom, this understanding, this idea. Even today to solve a matter, we had, like I said, I had two other meetings before this one, before I came on here. And one was a delicate situation that I was asked to be present for and to solve. But all throughout, since last Sunday, actually, I was praying for guidance, for wisdom, and strategy on how to help these people really solve this challenge. And so today it was pretty much a simple idea, but it was just listen to them. Just let them speak and they will provide the answers for themselves. Right? That may seem simple, but again, my nature and other people's nature, well, we want to go fix, we want to go solve everything, right? We got to get, hey, do this, do that, do that. But it's not always like that. So, and by the end, guess what happened? They worked out their own stuff and came to their own conclusion. I said, thank you. Thank you. They were happy. I'm happy. Everybody left there pretty much happy. So therefore, I didn't have to really do anything but just be present and be obedient to the wisdom that came through divine download. And you can do the very same thing. Call unto me and I will answer you and show you what great and mighty things you do not know. I don't want more of what I know. I want stuff that I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say here. I don't want to do what we've always done. I want to do something different because right now the world is different. We need different results. We need different strategies. We need different. You keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. So that's what I'm saying. Spiritually, as a shepherd of two houses of worship here, I don't want to do all the same things that they've been doing all these years. That's why we get the same results. No, I believe that there is something that these people need to take their spiritual life to the next level. In my own physical life, I want to have a different download because I too, we've all grown. So what used to motivate me is not motivating me like it used to. So therefore, I need to understand a different perspective, which I also got a little download from Eric Thomas today on seeing it differently. Because again, we will listen to these books, or I mean, read and listen to these books, or listen to this inspiration, and it would fire you up. But now it's no longer fire you up because maybe you've outgrown that book, you've outgrown that speaker, you've outgrown things happens. So you can't keep what got you here is not going to take you there necessarily. So if you have grown in your business to go to the next level, you're going to probably need something else because what got you here was sufficient to get you here, but it cannot get you to the next place. So that's why I'm praying and hoping that you will see the need for coming aside and resting a while and remove yourself from all the busyness of life and say, what strategy is waiting for me that I can use that the next 2 months can probably even be the best of 2020 yet. Because 2020 threw many people's dreams and goals out the window, right? 20, you have bashed people's hopes and dreams. Like folks are like, man. So a lot of people have given up on dreams and goals. Remember how everybody started out with the year 2020 vision and all this kind of stuff? 2020. It was a slogan until about February, March, right? Until about February, March, when things got heated up, right? And still we're not out the woods yet because some folks even predicting that something else might be coming behind that. And so that's what I'm like, folks. That's why you also need to get pandemic survival secrets. If indeed there's a possibility coming back, you need a system and a strategy. I got some divine download, and you can receive it from that book as well. So anyhow, that's about it. I want to keep you longer than that. Actually, we normally do an hour here, but we have 45 minutes. I'm just going to let you go with that because I want you to have a wonderful weekend. I want you to think about and choose to spend some time with God, with yourself, in nature, wherever you want to go. But make sure you do not go into Sunday, the 1st of November. Now, if those who are watching this, of course, is a replay if we pass November the 1st. I'm saying, though, don't let November 1 come around and you are still wondering what it is that you need to do before this year's out. Make sure that you have a game plan, make sure you have a strategy, and make sure you have received revelation that this is the thing that I need to do, that it will set me up for 2021 to be successful. Okay? God richly bless you. Again, my name is Chance, U.S. Navy veteran, best-selling author, minister, implementation strategist, all those good things. That's why you shouldn't label yourself as just one thing. So anyhow, I really love and appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Without you, I mean, I can't do what I do. I just love to do this. I like to be able to speak and share, and it just flows naturally. So you allowing me to do this is a blessing. So I want to bless you right back. Go to strategicsecrets.com. We have a lot of resources there. If you want to become an ambassador, I do encourage you to check that program out, strategicsecrets.com/ambassadors. Or when you go to strategicsecrets.com, just look at the bottom of the screen. You will be able to see on that page, the tab for ambassadors. This is where we have what we call a trifecta blessing, where you are blessed because we help you and we create more resources to help you up level in the key areas of your life that are important to you. You also bless us by being able to empower and equip us now, because the more resources we have, the faster we can create these things. Like we have so many more, as I've shared with you from time and time again. We got this system and process nailed down. We can create resources quickly, but we are limited because we can only, money, we have to pay everybody to do all of these things. But There's a third blessing, which is the most important blessing, is we now take these resources. You are blessed because you receive. Okay, you're not just giving, you're receiving. Then we also now can do what we need to do effectively, fast, and then we can now reach more people, which is what it's all about. We want to help people in different parts of the world gain access to these resources, either twofold. One is free, or secondarily, very, very cost effective, right? We don't want to burden them. Not only that, but we want to do a lot of Facebook marketing and Facebook campaigns, because we know, I've shared with you before, how we can reach hundreds of thousands and yeah, even millions of people when we have a big marketing budget to do so. So if you want to partner with us, please, I invite you to do so. Some of you I know are doing well. You probably don't even, you won't even miss that. So if you can give and do above and beyond, don't stop. Give and let it be an impact. That's what it's all about. It's about impact. We want to bless people. That's why I'm here. I'm giving you my time because I want to have an impact in your life. And not only that, but it's vice versa, because you are really blessing me, because I know I feel fulfilled when I know I'm contributing to someone else's life. That's what gives me joy. That's what gives me meaning. Even if I didn't get a dollar doing these things on Thursdays and writing books sometimes, I will still do it. Why? Because it gives me joy knowing that if even one person listens to me, if even one person reads my book, take my course, and I can change their life, that to me is more than worth it. And that's why I want you to live on purpose as well, because when you get to that point where you are living your true calling, you will find happiness, fulfillment, and true joy. Try it out. God bless you. Have a wonderful weekend. And those of you who are going to pray and fast, I'm going to see you on Friday. Take care. Bye bye.